What kind of world do you want? Now, I am ready, but I feel a need for a brief review of those ideologies again. The Nazi idea was a new world order through the rule of one race, getting rid of all undesirable people groups. The communist idea was a new society through the rule of one class, a false idea of equality. The evolutionist idea is that man has evolved over millions of years of time to be the highest of all species in the arts of science, free from accountability to a creator God, to the state of being in his own power, to build a new world through the science of intellect and the random chance that the most fit in knowledge will survive. The superior idea has to be not who's right, but what's right. The question now is, what's right? How do I know what's right? There are absolute standards for human society, just as there are for the scientific engineer. It is because we don't apply foundational absolute standards to our living that society's structure is in danger of collapse. Here are 4 foundational standards. We found them swept under the rug as being out of date. Absolute honesty is the high road to peaceful cooperation. Absolute purity, as we are, so is our nation. What we do in private is as important as what we do in public. Absolute unselfishness says there is enough in the world for everyone's need, but not enough for everyone's greed. Absolute love is when everyone cares enough to share enough. Then everyone would have enough. These 4 absolute standards of wisdom could be the foundational standards of that superior idea for a global New World structure. From our findings in world history, people from many religions and philosophies have found these 4 standards foundational in their faith for uniting with other nations and tongues in justice and peace. Let's look at a 4th specimen, universally experimented with as an acceptable ideology for all of humanity. Specimen number 4, creationism. One creator, the I Am, spoke the word in the beginning. He wrote a book, the Holy Bible. His word, intelligent design. Everything was made in 6 days and was good. His book contains the account of man, created in his image for his good purpose for relationship. It reveals all we need to know about the designer's plan and purpose for our lives in his service. Science is God's gift to his servants while on earth to lessen our burden. God is patient with us as we learn goodness, unselfishness, purity, and honesty made absolute in his power of grace. You may not believe in this idea, but you must admit it can be globally powerful. But why absolute? Because the world needs an authority of sovereignty everyone can accept, outside of time, space, and matter. Besides, a standard must be absolute, or it isn't a standard. By aiming at the bullseye, absolute center, we're more likely to at least hit the target. Who wants a parachute that almost opens? Or a boat that floats most of the time? But doesn't this sound rather like changing one's ways? Yes, it does mean change. But change is the key to the kind of world we all want. It's a changing world, and to get along in it, you've got to change. Everybody wants to see the other person change. Every nation wants to see the other nation change, but everyone is waiting for the other to begin. If you want an answer for the world, the best place to start is with oneself and your own nation. What? Who? Me? What can I do? I am only one. No one is too small to make a difference. When was it you last slept in a room with a mosquito? How can you change?